Okay, well, I got 6 o'clock, so, as I was informed, John called in and said he would probably not make it, or he might not make it, so I guess we'll go ahead and get rolling. So I'll call the meeting to order at 6, and do a roll call, please.
Sim Katra,
Here.
David Markovitz,
Here.
John Midlick, Viraj Sharma,
Here.
Valerie Wales.
Here.
All right. Okay, this is our public participation time, so if we have anybody out there that is here not related to a particular case and wants to address the board with anything, this is your moment. So looks like we don't have that. So we'll proceed to our first case. The first case is case 23-10-52, and it's the for 9 city entrance location signs. We have somebody here from the city? I guess not. Do we go ahead and look at it without somebody here? Or do they have to have
Can
a
you?
representative here?
I'm not sure. I mean, why don't we give Mark, want me to text Mark and,
Well, I don't think Mark was going to be here. I thought that it was the sign contractor that was going to be.
oh, okay.
So maybe want to
Well, let's,
move to the next one and
Yeah.
Exactly.
wait.
we'll table that for now, till at the end of the meeting if somebody shows up.
Right.
Okay, so then we'll proceed to case 2, which is 23-10-53. It's at 9571 East Idlewood Drive, and it's new signage for the Jehovah's Witnesses. Hello,
Hey, how are you today?
good.
I hope I was supposed to walk up here. I just.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, just, start with your name and then tell us what you're doing. And,
Well, my name is Lyle Plummer, so I'm the representative for this particular, these 2 particular monument signs that's going up at the Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses. That address
Okay,
is 9571 East Idlewood Drive. So these are just replacement. It's nothing structural. It's just the replacement signs. The older signs are suffering from deterioration.
yeah.
I have one question. In driving by there, just to look at what's there, first of all, I think it's fine to do this.
Okay.
But I was coming on Idlewood, and I could not find the sign until I turned around and came from Ravenna there. And I don't know if there's anything they can do or you can do to make the sign visible from both sides.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Direction.
I can put that out there. I think that, again, it was just replacing the
Sure.
existing, but, because I think the one sign that's on, it's Idlewood, I think it's,
Yeah, the
there's
name.
bushes or something
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, there's
So you can't
bushes
see
on
it.
one side.
If you're looking for it coming from that direction, you're not going to see it.
And I'm
If you
not
already know
sure,
where it is, doesn't matter.
yeah, I wasn't sure too when I saw that where the property lines were, whether those bushes, because it's the, what the school is right next door there. That, I forget what they call the school, and I don't know where the division of property is, and if that planning is actually on theirs. Because it's only, it's a pretty narrow little island between their driveway and your driveway for the,
Yes.
So,
but, yeah, and the only comment I had about it was hopefully, or maybe at least they'll look into power washing or steaming the masonry, because the masonry, I thought, looked pretty dingy and looked like there was some green algae and spots on it and stuff.
Sure.
So while you're working on the signs, it'd be nice to clean them up, I guess. That would be a recommendation, that's not,
Sure. No, that's something that we can definitely do.
okay.
Are you the owner or are you representing the sign company?
I'm sorry, am I representing?
Owner of this location, or are you?
Oh, no, I'm just a representative.
Okay.
So I'm a member of one of Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm just a representative for this particular project.
Okay. On the signs you're proposing, you're adding 3.1 inches height, you adding the address with the street name. I don't think we have done that in the past. We require the numbers,
There's,
not the
Yeah.
street name.
yeah, we don't
It's okay
require
if they
it.
do.
I think we've had some others do the street names, which is okay if they have room for it.
I haven't done a single one in the last 2.5 years.
Well, there was actually one, I don't know if you were here, but in the last few months, there was one that had it on there, and then we took it off because the lettering was too small. They had to make it smaller to fit it all, and we said, we'll take that off and just put the number.
The reason I'm saying this,
I can't remember.
if there is a 1 or 2 signs out there, but most of the signs we have approved only have the numeral numbers, not the street name.
Yeah. No, that's true.
The uniformity, I suggest
well,
that,
uniformity.
but I'm not against this, but I just want to raise my concern.
In this particular case, and uniformity is important, so that's one side.
Yeah.
But the building looks like it's on Ravenna, but the address is Idlewood.
Yes.
And I don't know, again, if most of the people going there already know where it is, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, and there's no entrance, even though there's a sign on the Ravenna, there's no entrance
right.
from that side.
So the sign you do have on the Ravenna Road, are you changing that one too, correct?
Yes.
Are you going to put the address on that one as well?
Yes, the way that you, it's stipulated here in
Yeah,
drawings.
yeah, it's on,
Since
it's on
you don't
both.
have
Yes.
an entrance coming from the Ravenna Road, I would say remove that part altogether.
Remove,
The address on that side.
Address from it. 'cause you don't have
including the
any
numbers, just remove the address completely.
Yeah. remove
Just
it-
on the Ravenna.
Just on the Ravenna
Ravenna.
Road.
Yeah, because,
Idlewood would understand because the school is if the way your parking lot is kind of hidden. So having that numeral numbers and the street name is fine to me, but on a Ravenna Road, you can't even get in, so.
Okay.
The,
and then also on one of them, it looks like you have the light underneath. The other sign does not have a light, is that correct?
There is, I think they both,
it-
I don't know if they both have that existing.
Yeah, in the notes, it said that there would be ground lighting on both signs, I think. I
Yeah,
remember
so
seeing that.
it's what's existing there, just to
Okay.
illuminate.
Sign, remember, both signs, yeah, both signs illuminated using separate external
Yeah,
lighting.
Yes.
So I'm guessing there's some there somewhere, you just can't see
Yeah,
it.
it's maybe the box.
You know, and actually, it does make sense maybe not to put the address on there because the existing sign actually doesn't have it.
Okay.
You know, if you look at the picture of the existing sign, it doesn't have the address on there, the address number.
But the number itself, you want those on there, right?
No, not on the Ravenna side, not the number even.
Not even the numbers on
See,
it.
on the Ravenna side, to me, if you put just the number, that's going to be confusing. Somebody
Confusing.
may think that's
Yeah,
9571.
they're gonna think, okay, this is the 91, what happens after 95?
Yeah.
No driveway.
And then on the other sign that's on Islewood, it would be good to have the address
Right.
number.
Makes sense.
I can make a motion, see if you guys want to
Yeah.
go with it.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the proposed changes, to remove the numeral letters and the street name from the sign that is facing the Ravenna Road. And I'm okay with the sign that's proposed for the Idlewood Road Drive.
Okay.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. You got, understand that? What we,
Just what did you say about the Idlewood sign?
So Idlewood sign is fine as is.
Okay, okay. And then just take the address off of the,
The address of the Ravenna Road, yeah, the whole top section.
okay, that's no
You can leave the
problem.
black border if you want, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Leaving
Yeah.
the, just, okay, so I have that.
Yeah, that way it's not confusing.
Yep, that's no problem. And is there anything that we would need to resubmit, or as long as we just remove the address, are we good to?
yeah, as long as you agree to that, it'll be in the notes, as that's
Yep,
as to
that's
how it
fine.
will be from
Absolutely.
here and approved that way, so.
Okay.
You just have to make sure you let the, the sign manufacturer know not to put it on that one
Yes, we can do that.
Ravenna Road sign. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, thank
We
you.
need
You'll
to
take
have
care.
a vote.
Yeah, Mr. Sharma?
Yes, we should.
Ms. Wales?
Yes.
Mr. Contra?
Yes.
Mr. Markovitz?
Yes. Okay, yeah, we just voted it through, so you're good.
Have a good one.
Okay. Okay, so let's head on to case 3, which is 23-10-54. It's at 2024 Trailwood Drive, and it's the Shaw Home Edition. So you can come up and state your name and,
Yes, hi, I'm Ed Worm. I'm with Classic Homes. We're the builder that's going to do an addition for this customer. We're doing a couple extra bedrooms upstairs. The house is, they're just kind of outgrowing the house, and they need some more room. So we're going to add a couple bedrooms. We're going to push out a little bit of space behind the garage to improve the lower level some while we're at it, and some laundry room revision upstairs. And then also, while we were at it, we decided to kind of update the exterior. So we're going to do we're going to keep the roof because the shingles are relatively new, but we're going to update the color of the exterior siding. The shutters, we're going to repaint all the stuff, the front door, the shutters.
So is this new
So that
aluminum
is
siding or
exist-
painting?
So what we're going to do is we're going to paint the aluminum siding, and then we have new siding that we're going to just bring in to match, and it'll all match.
You said it correctly, you have aluminum siding?
Yes.
so you're going to paint the existing siding.
Right.
So that it would match the new siding.
So that way it all,
Get along.
instead of trying to match the old, we just thought it'd be a good opportunity to kind of update the look of the house. So that picture at the top that you see is going to be the new look.
But you're not going to do anything
But
porch-wise?
Color-wise,
colors,
that look.
okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
What color would be?
So that upper picture, we're going to go for that color of siding that you see there in that upper image.
I don't have.
Oh, you don't have that? Okay.
Okay,
1 second.
you got it.
It's on the back.
just
But do you know
Yep, it's there.
Application.
do you know what the name of the color is, just so we,
Yeah, I brought samples too,
okay?
so I can show you
Because
whatever.
these images, it's kind of hard to really tell
Yeah,
what
sure.
the
So
color
here's
is when they
this will be
print.
the siding color. It's called sage green. It's like a gray green, kind of a soft green.
Okay.
Then
Sage
this would be the
green.
trim. So we'll repaint all the overhangs and everything. It's a antique parchment. It's kind of an off-white,
Yeah.
a little bit creamy white, like you see in that image. And then
Okay.
and then the shutters and that sort of stuff. Actually, that picture is pretty accurate. It's just a Sherwin-Williams paint swatch. It's pretty small, but it's actually. I'm looking at them next to each other. The picture you have is pretty spot on.
And the
Okay.
shingles you're putting on, they're gonna match the existing structure?
Yeah, so they're this.
And it's all new shingles for the whole house?
No, just because they're
Oh, it's-
relatively new. They're only about 5
Oh,
or 6
okay,
years
yeah.
ago. We're
And
just
those
gonna-
will match?
Yeah.
Those are match, okay.
Just matched exactly.
My mistake then, I thought you said you were getting a different color shingle. and you
Oh,
were gonna
okay.
do that.
No, I didn't mean to say it. Sorry.
Okay.
How many square feet are you adding?
I think it's about 1,000. We're taking off the upper part of the garage and then putting
To make a second
living
floor, yeah.
space over it. A few of the neighbors on the street have done this same kind of similar effect. And
Yeah,
so-
they're nice houses on that street.
Yeah.
So-
You're putting the bedroom space over the garage. What are you doing construction-wise to make sure that that room isn't too cold in the winter and too hot in
Oh.
the summer?
We're gonna put a heat from below, like a space under the, like a ceiling drop, and we'll heat that. We're gonna insulate the attic really well, the walls. We're gonna do all 2x6 walls.
Okay.
So R19 in the walls, R49 in the ceilings, and we're gonna heat from below. And then we're also zoning the house, so that whole wing over the garage will have its own zone.
Nice.
So, and its own stat.
Can you come to my house next? That sounds good.
And when I look at this, it looks like you're, just to make sure that you are adding a little bit to the first floor behind the
That's right,
garage.
yep.
Okay.
We thought it would be a good opportunity to,
then
they really
up and
need some more
over.
room just to stage. Right now, they come in and they're instantly in the kitchen. There's just nowhere to even
So,
put
and
the
that'll be
coat.
like an entry room.
So we're gonna do a little entry space there with some built-in cabinets and bench, lockers, place for all the kids to put all their stuff.
And do you have an architect or a contractor?
We're
You're the
Classic Homes, we're the contractor.
Oh, you are the okay.
Yeah. It's a family
Okay,
business.
because I was just curious about better drawings. I don't know if the city's going to need
We
better
have them.
drawings than this.
We have them.
Do you? Okay.
Oh,
Because when I first looked at this, my thought was, there's not enough here to tell what's
I don't
really
know what
going
you
on.
have.
But
What drawing do you have?
we just, all we have is this,
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, that
This
was
little-
just the
this little
preliminary
floor plan.
sales
you know, which
quote information.
is real schematic, so it's hard to really
I'm
tell.
sorry, yeah.
But-
I thought they would have given you the plans. We printed them all and brought them.
So, one of the other things we need
Yeah.
to make sure of is all the eaves, overhangs are going to match what's existing.
We are doing that. Exactly, yeah.
The windows are going to match existing,
Yes.
be the same style,
We're doing
same
exact
type
same
of window,
windows.
as close as you can get, I guess.
Yeah, they just redid all the windows, so we're just going to get the exact same windows.
Okay.
It's nice that you're not
The
discontinued.
garage doors stay in as is.
Yeah, we're just going to repaint it.
The lights on the side of the garage are staying there as is?
Yes, yeah, we didn't talk about replacing them.
Okay. The vent in the attic, is that going to be
We are going to
put
keep that
on the new house,
on the new house. It
addition
just
to it?
sits
It'll
up
be
taller, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
I'm the one who actually got it.
Yeah, you were probably thinking, like, what kind of builder is this?
I know, I was going, sometimes, as long as everything's good enough in what we get in the images.
Okay, here's your, energy.
Before I get there, I'm looking through the drawings, but there was a man door on the back of the garage, it looks like? You're not going to have that now because you're putting, it looks like, I guess, some sliding glass doors.
We're going to put a
back.
sliding door in instead, yeah.
But that, will the garage exit through there too? Will you be able to come out of the back of the garage through that new space and then outside?
Yes. Yeah, you could, because you enter now into that space, and then you can just keep going straight ahead out the back of it, yeah.
Does that meet requirements for exiting out of there?
I do not know
I mean,
the
would they
answer to
need a
that.
man door still on the garage on the side of the house or anything?
So, to be clear, here's a garage. At the back of the garage, there's an entry into the house, and it would be into the new space. And then,
Well, if you go to the floor plan on the main floor, you can see. It'd be better than I could explain it, sorry. Maybe we should have printed smaller ones.
Would be,
no, this is okay.
Can you see where the sliding door is now?
Yeah, I see the sliding doors.
Okay.
So the garage goes all the way back to the, no?
No,
Because you've got a
there's a
room in there.
They're extending the
Oh, I
garage.
haven't got
so
to
that's
that page
a
yet.
mudroom. Okay, I
Yeah,
wasn't
it's a
sure what that
mudroom.
Okay,
space
okay,
was back
that's
There
what I
won't be a
was
door,
about.
a man door into the garage from outside. That's not a code requirement,
No,
but, you know,
Yeah.
that was a trade-off they wanted to make.
Okay.
okay.
Looks like it's gonna be a nice addition.
Yeah, it does.
And the steps out back will go to grade, I'm sure. And
Yep.
the only thing I would recommend on that, because we usually like to see that, is that the steps in the back, you get at least, with sliding doors, I don't know, but we usually like to see at least a 3-foot, area out there before the steps start.
Oh, like a
So you're
landing.
not like walking, opening the door and have a step right there. Yeah, a little landing out there. I don't know. Have we always required that, or has that always been just a recommendation?
It's a recommendation, because it's a safety thing, because they're gonna put the hand railings and everything.
Yeah.
So, at this point, it's a recommendation, but
Okay.
Yeah,
So that would be a recommendation then, to
okay.
add that landing, just to make it easier to get in and out
Yeah.
without stepping down immediately.
Yeah, that is a nice idea. I like it. I could definitely talk to them about it. See what they thought.
trying to build a deck out there, it'd be easier.
Yeah. I know they wanted to do some patios and stuff once we're done, so we'll have to see what they say.
Okay with it.
Anybody got any other questions or concerns? All right,
I'll make a motion to approve as submitted with the recommendation of what David said.
the landing.
Landing zone there.
I forgot the term too till he said landing. Yeah, that's
We'll
what.
stick to that.
Okay, did we get a second?
I can second that.
Okay.
Mr. Sharma?
Yes.
Mr. Katra?
Yes.
Ms. Wales?
Yes.
Mr. Markovitz?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You.
All right, on to case number 4, 23-10-55. It's at 2460 Creekside Drive, and it's the Kitty Academy new building. While you're coming up, I just want to make a comment. We had, of course, I guess the building came up to the Planning Commission this week and got approved, but there's still an approval that BZA has to give, which is for the parking.
Okay.
The parking is not up to requirements, but they do have limited space there, so they're looking for, hopefully to get a little leeway on that. So just to let the board know what's going on there.
The BCA has to approve first before that comes to us, or are they just kind of trying to get as much done beforehand?
As far as I know, they don't have to.
What was the question?
The BZA doesn't have to, we don't have to have their approval before we could look at it and approve. I don't, yeah. Okay, so you go ahead and state your name and then tell us what you're doing out here, or out there.
All right, my name is Stephen Koslick. I'm with the Woodmont Company. We're out of Fort Worth, Texas. We are developing this proposed Kitty Academy Early Education Daycare Facility. We will not be the operators. There will be a local Twinsburg family that will be operating it, so we are the
You're
developer's
the owners, though.
landlord. Pardon me?
You'll own it, and they'll, is it like a franchise?
They'll lease it. They are a franchisee. Kitty Academy, is a little background, is a national daycare provider. They are a franchise-driven model. They have approximately 330 locations around the United States. Typical size of a facility is anywhere from 10,000 to 13,000 square feet. Number of kiddos in there is anywhere from 120 up to over 200. This particular facility is on a very, if you would, tight piece of property. It is very compact. It's even more compact because of the conservation easement that sits behind and around our property. But be that as it may, I'm hoping that you all have a copy of the proposed elevation in your package with materials. We have done this, pardon me, building around the country in a number of locations. And it's a combination of EIFS stucco and stone accent, four-sided building in terms of, if you look at the building, all four sides are being treated similarly. Each classroom, and you see a lot of doors here, each classroom has an entrance, both interior entrance as well as an exterior entrance. So each classroom, the children can go from the classroom outside to a sidewalk. There's a playground area that supports the Kitty Academy operation. So we're here tonight to discuss the elevations and the architectural concept. On the sheet that you have there, we have the three material types that we're proposing for the building in terms of two different types of stucco and then one stone that will be a wainscot and on the front of the building.
Okay.
And I'm here to answer questions, et cetera, et cetera.
So this property, is that directly behind post office?
To the side of it, yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
It's right next to Brewster's.
Brewster's?
Yeah.
So it's gonna sit between the post office and a Brewster kind of?
Yes, sir.
So it's
And
squeezed
it's
in.
undeveloped, so it's trees, shrubbery.
Yeah.
You know, it's never been anything built
Trying
there.
to put some kind of like apartment buildings over there,
There's a hotel over there.
condos and stuff
That's-
over there?
Well, on the other
What is he saying?
side.
It's
yeah.
Across from the Chipotle, right?
Yeah, it's across the
Yeah.
No
Chipotle.
condos.
Nothing there.
Okay. Now, one thing,
Yeah, there's.
yeah, one thing for sure to make note of is the signage is not included in this package. That'll
Correct,
be
that will
a
be a separate
separate.
application.
Okay. Okay, just to make a couple of general comments, it would be nice in the future, I mean, if you use these plans a lot in different areas, you know, be careful about, we can figure out what's there because it's a simple enough, you know, facade you're doing, but some of the notes and arrows are not pointing and hitting the right directions. You know, there's notes down in the building areas, the stucco one, you know, they just missed those. When it got printed somehow, you know, on the CAD drawing, it got shifted and off in a few spots. You know, most of them are in the, like on the south elevation, it's in the upper right corner, and then kind of in the middle, just left of the
Yep, I see what
main
you're
entry.
saying.
Just some common things that kind of throw you off.
Yes, sir.
One of the other things, too, that I noticed is, and I don't know if there's a couple of them missing, I want to verify that today. The lamp one, which is the light that's over most of the doors coming out of the different classrooms. There's a few of them that don't look centered, but I'm assuming, I hope, that they really intended to be centered.
Centered over the door.
Yeah, there's, like on elevation 3, the west elevation, that middle door, it's a little off-center, the light above it, and
Yes, sir. I see
there
that.
was,
And the other two doors
I
don't
think there
show
was
lamps.
another one, and there's one down
On the east elevation.
on the east
where it's-
elevation, and then there's 1, 2, 3, there's another one, four of the doors that aren't showing lights above them. Is that intentional, or?
Yes, sir. We think that
That
the
is
spread of the
intentional?
lighting is not needing, each door does not require
Okay.
lighting.
All right.
At least that's a
I just
proposal.
wanted to verify whether that was supposed to be there or not. And then the other one, which is not noted, there's a lamp, there's a second light.
I'm sorry?
There's a second light called lamp 2. And, but there's no indication to it. So again, I'm assuming that's that other rectangular fixture with some of the diagonal lines running through it.
Yeah, let me see if I can help with that.
I'm trying to remember where I saw the note for lamps.
It's down under exterior material schedule.
Yeah, and there's a sconce 1, a lamp 1, and a lamp 2. And then there's, in the upper fascia, below the cornice and above the accent, you know, darker accent color.
Sure.
There's several rectangular shapes on the drawing that then have some, almost like an X running through it, but not quite. Those little rectangular squares. You know which ones? I'm talking about these.
1 and
No,
3.
it's up in the back. All of these, like right here.
Those are
Vent.
overflow stuffers.
So you have those on both sides? Because I would have figured these were the scuppers on the back side of the building and the roof sloping.
My apology, I misspoke.
That-
These are
okay.
the overflows. I can find out while I'm standing here, I have the architect standing by about the light fixtures.
Okay. I'm assuming it's one of these lights. It's either sconce 1 or lamp 2 because there's no notes calling them out. I just want to make sure what they are so we know what we're
So
looking
I'll
at.
make a phone call while I'm here, if that's all right. Get it answered.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Interior space, I'm looking at the young toddlers, and it looks like there are 12 cots in one room. Okay, that seems very crowded, and there's no toilet for young toddlers? Some young toddlers are potty trained. So maybe I'm not seeing it. I see a sink.
Which one?
Oh, you're talking about, not the infants, but the young toddlers,
The
the
young
third one
toddlers,
in
yeah,
from the
infants are
right.
fine.
Okay.
2 to 18 months to 2?
No, young toddlers,
Is,
infant, young toddlers.
that's what.
I'm thinking they
no,
need a
not-
toilet.
I
Not
see
to that
there
extent.
are
We're,
toilets for the 2 and 3-year-olds, so I'm thinking young toddlers are probably a year and a half.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but some of them.
Less than 18.
We're,
No, I wouldn't think so. A year and a half?
Some. I don't know.
toddlers,
Just want to make sure. I'm actually,
yeah, just to, and I don't believe, I'm pretty sure we're not responsible for what goes on the interior. We're
just the exterior.
aesthetics and exterior, so if planning and everything is okay with that, and I don't know if that's typical.
On our
I wouldn't know
exterior
whether
material
that's
schedule.
a requirement or not.
Shows sconce,
It'd be
lamp
nice.
1, lamp 2. We see lamp 1 is the fixtures above the doors, but the sconces
Okay.
are not identified. Are those fixtures on the front of the building?
I think he's talking to the architect now.
Thanks. All right, and then as we look at the south elevation, those little boxes above, there are 3 on the left and 1 on the right.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so would that be lamp 2?
Okay.
All right. So each door does not have a lamp above it. Is that intentional? So on the front of the building, the door to the left of the main entrance is not an egress door?
You mean the
Okay. All right,
mechanical
then,
room?
there was a question asked about the toddler's room having no
Oh,
toilets in it. Is that because of the age and they don't have toilets in there? Young toddlers.
Toddlers are probably in the middle
Correct.
of being potty trained anyway. A lot of them.
All right, and is the same true for infants? Okay. All righty, I appreciate you picking up. I may call you back. So, if I could reapproach.
Okay, yeah.
Sconces are not reflected, but they go on each side of the doors, of the front doors, so there'll be sconces on
Okay.
each side. These are wall packs, lighting wall packs that we see here.
Okay.
Okay?
And they'll be lit up at night?
Yes, sir. And
Okay.
Likewise down there.
Yeah.
And then the doors that have lights above them are egress doors. The
Okay.
lights that do not
All right, that
have,
makes sense.
I mean, the doors that do not have lights are not egress doors.
So it's not
And
necessary.
finally, the toddler
Okay.
question.
Yeah.
That those are children that have not yet been potty trained, and thus they don't provide toilets within that room.
Does Ohio have different regulations than other states? You go, since you have centers all around the country, does it vary state by state what you do?
So, state by state,
City by city.
have requirements for playground, number of square feet per student. So that's one regulation. Another regulation is in terms of staffing, in terms of the number of staff that need to be attentive or available in a classroom. So in the toddler or the infant classroom, you have literally 2 teachers in those rooms, while you may have a class of 15 children with just 1 teacher. So it depends upon the age of the child and what the staffing requirement is
For
required.
the state, okay.
But it varies not only by state, but some counties have their own regulations in addition to state requirements.
Okay,
So, and the
all right.
so conservation easement goes right up to the sidewalk over here. Does that make, and you say, and there's not really enough parking to meet?
Yeah, but we don't worry about that.
We don't worry about that?
No, we just look at the building, and the
Okay.
BZA will determine
do all
whether
that
they'll give them
stuff.
a variance on the parking and stuff.
Okay.
The, I mean, as far as the building, I'm almost okay with it. I have one comment to make about it. And I would like it for sure to be a recommendation, if not a requirement. But I'll see what everybody else thinks about it.
Okay.
But is there anything else with the
With the
elevations,
exterior?
anything that anybody sees, or bring that up? I'll
No,
ask
I
Steve.
thought that-
I'd throw some trees on the property, there's a bunch of room, but it's already packed,
Yeah,
Yeah.
too packed.
yeah. Okay, well, my thing that is, it's kind of a pet peeve of mine, so I don't know if it's, that's why I'm thinking recommendation unless everybody else agrees. But on the fascia where the entrance is and you have the higher, raised up fascia, when you look at the west and east elevations, I always hate to see just that little thin edge of a wall sticking up. And in everything I ever did, I always did a 3-foot minimum return on that wall, so it turns and you see the cornice turning back, so that you don't catch that little edge just sticking up, because those things always drove me crazy.
So
You know what
are you?
I can show you
On
kind of
the east and west elevation is
Yeah.
what we're saying?
Yeah, and if you look at, oops, sorry about that, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. It's like right here, just building a return, that follows, and actually all of this, your roof and cornice lines follow around. It's building this same wall structure up, but just across the roof a little bit.
How far back do you,
Well, I put 3 to 5 feet.
is a return?
Yeah, it's basically a return of the wall on each side.
Tiger up, I'll do it.
I'm from Louisiana. I was going to talk to you because I thought you said y'all were from Temple, Texas, and I've done a lot of work in that area in the past.
Fort Worth.
A lot of, okay. I've done work there too.
Alright, so
Just
you-
about every Dillard store down there, I was the architect on it.
You know Chris Johnson then?
Yeah.
I was just with Chris 3 weeks.
Oh, really?
So a return of about 3 feet on each of,
Yeah. Yeah, the only reason sometimes we go back further, or when I designed it, I go back further, depends on how you view the building. And sometimes from the side, you want it to go back till it kind of, the perspective takes it out of sight, so you're not even seeing a hard edge there. But I don't mind the hard edge,
Right, I'll make
as
them-
long as you see.
this.
And you would carry, and you'd carry the stucco finish around that too, on
On the
each
side.
side. Yeah.
Same similar finish.
And then whatever you do.
Back to 3 feet? Or no?
No, I don't.
top?
Yeah. The stone, we usually like to see go back at least, 3 feet, which it looks like it's doing. I don't see dimensions on them, but they're turning it from the front back already. But that, I'm not sure if, I'll leave it up to everybody else whether they want to stick it in as a requirement to make that return. But
I think a strong recommendation.
a strong recommendation. Is it-
Do they make recommendations, or do they just say it's only recommended so we don't have
Yeah, a lot of times recommendations mean they don't have to.
Since it is considering exterior and you allow it, you can make it a flat.
Yeah. And the other reason too, I was thinking that, okay. Well, I like the
You
requirement.
want on both sides, correct?
Yeah, on each side, return on each side. And, you know, where the building is and the angle it's sitting to the road and you're going around the curve, you're going to see those sides
Yeah.
from each direction you're coming, you know, so that edge would be,
It's nice, it
to?
would be a
I
nicer
think if we're
condition.
looking at aesthetics, I think that should be a requirement.
yeah.
So I just want to make sure I'm...
Okay.
So bring this up 3 feet.
Yeah.
Can we ask about?
Yeah, from his elevations, since he's not showing what's there.
Tree-wise, yeah. I remember
But, well, no, this one you don't need,
already.
because it's only, the only place you have it, the high part is on the front.
Greenery?
So it's bringing back, you'd bring back 3 feet this way there, 3 feet this way there, so it's only going to show on this
They need the-
side and
They need
this
the
side.
pond for the water.
I know, but
Right,
I don't.
yeah,
Yeah,
not
that's
there,
true.
and I'll put do it in red, so it shows up better. You know, us architects like to write in red.
I think it's gonna end up getting
We
flooded.
love to mark everything.
Well, no, but it floods them.
All right, I got it.
Okay. All right, so we got the motion in, I believe, to, that we're,
To be
oh, y'all still,
size of that.
And this will take care of
Correct.
flooding.
Correct.
Okay.
y'all
That's
still
the
deliberating, or do you have what you need?
No, he answered.
Okay. So then, the,
making a motion
did you
now?
make the motion, or want me to make? Okay, so I'll make a motion to approve the plans with the requirement of putting a minimum 3-foot return on the upper fascia at the entrance on each end, so 2 returns.
Got it.
And then everything else is good. Okay, we got a second?
I can second that.
Okay.
Mr. Markovitz?
Yes?
Mr. Katra?
Yes.
Mr. Sharma?
Yes.
Miss Wales?
No.
Okay.
It's not comfortable.
Oh,
It's okay.
is there,
It still won't pass.
all right.
Thank you very much.
So we got a 3 vote in, so you're okay.
Thank you very much. We look forward to being part of your community.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you too for coming out. All right, so now we'll step backwards. It looks like we can go back to case number 1.
I don't think they're going to have to come back for that.
And,
And the car.
which is case 23-10-52, and it's the 9 new entrance signs into the city of Twinsburg. So if you can give us a rundown of everything.
Okay, the signs are outdated and need a lot of maintenance, so Mayor's Graffiti wanted us to look at, having a new signs installed. We looked at doing that internally within the city, but then we talked to a Sign Above, which is, I'm sure, been in front of this board a few times.
Yeah.
They're a local company, they do a good job, and we were able to, get really good pricing from them on this because it is a city project, and they considered, what that meant to them and everything. So the signs are designed to just go into the exact same places they are now at the 9 entrances of the city. And some of the areas, I think 2 of the areas are kind of in a swale. Our service guys are going to build that up a little bit and make it flat. And we're making sure they have the proper bedding around it so that, because some of these are in private areas and we don't want the mowers to hit them and all that, so they'll be protected from that. The signs are, the carved heavy plastic, you guys have seen. The backing is a metal backing on it to make sure it's stiff. Our concern was being next to the road with all the rain and snow, and which is why we stiffened the signs hanging to bars instead of having, the spring or the, chains that they had on. Originally, we asked them to stiffen that up. And they told us that our biggest problem with these signs are going to be the sun, fading them. And we understand that, and we're planning on maintaining these signs within the city. The gold you see on the outer rim, that is actual gold leaf. So we know, they tell us that gold leaf's going to last longer than the paint that's on there. But we know every 2 years we're going to have to get our hands on these signs, and hopefully we can do it, in phases, half of them 1 year, and then the following year the rest of them. But it's a very nice design. We went through, I think, 4 renditions of it. The pillar is structured, that facade is made specifically for outside usage. The internal beam of that is a 6x6 that's going to be anchored into the ground, and the facade will be structurally attached to that pole so that it's not just shaking in the wind. There's going to be some structure behind that. The mirror sign that's on there, the 16-inch sign, those are replaceable. So I think the mirror's going to be listing. So in 16 years from now, when he decides not to run again, we'll have to get a new sign on there.
Okay, so that sign is replaceable, I guess.
It is replaceable. We looked at the beam. It's a cedar beam. Cedar is, can withstand weather very well without, breaking down. We looked at putting a steel beam in there, and I think that was a little cost prohibitive for us. So we went with that. So the back of the sign has just a vinyl, a 7-year vinyl they call it, and that vinyl, again, once we take it down, if it needs replaced, very easy to do at that time. Matter of fact, will replace that every couple of years, because I can see us having to paint that back, just to keep the maintenance up on it.
Yeah, okay.
Any questions on that?
Any lighting on this?
Excuse me?
Sorry, any lighting on this or?
No lighting.
No lighting.
So at nighttime, you won't know where you are.
Yeah, this doesn't have anything to do with aesthetics, but did you consider using a steel post instead of wood? I don't know if that would give more longevity to that structurally.
I don't think, I think just how the facade attaches to that inner structure, the wood was going to be better because it's square.
Right.
And they tell us that wood's going to be pretty much weather tight. The facade is really what's going to be taking the weather, so we're not too overly concerned about that.
So the post will be about 8x8 if you're putting a 6x6?
Yeah.
It seems real skinny for the height. Here, the
It's a pretty structural beam in there.
What's that?
I said it's pretty structural.
Okay. Can I make a suggestion on adding a couple locations before they put their order in?
When you say locations, like where to place them?
Well, here's the thing.
Can you pull your mic down? 'Cause I can't.
Well, my-
I don't know who broke that, but anyway.
Okay. Locations, I notice because I go to Reminderville every day practically. If you're driving out of Twinsburg on Glenwood, it says City of Reminderville.
Yeah. Going the wrong way, right?
Yes. And so I thought maybe on either side of Glenwood, something that says Welcome to Twinsburg, so you know if you're turning
Yeah.
west, that you're in Twinsburg and not Reminderville. I don't know.
Yeah,
just-
I don't- I
Their sign
understand.
bothers me.
Yeah. I mean, maybe a rendition of this sign. I think Reminderville owns that roundabout, Karen. Is that
They
right?
own the roundabout, so you couldn't do it there, but it makes it look like any way you go, you're in Reminderville.
Yeah. If you're on Liberty and Solon and you're heading our way, you're in Twinsburg, way down the road, and that's where one of these signs are going to be. And then on the other.
There is one already there.
There's already one
Yeah.
there, yeah. So-
But I think, I mean, I get what she's saying, that you don't know that you're entering Twinsburg when you're coming into the roundabout or going wherever.
So, just an idea.
Yeah, I mean, that
When you
would be,
bring up locations, I was wondering, I can't remember what's on 480 when you come in and out of Twinsburg, if there's just one of the green interstate
Yeah, I
type
don't-
signs, that
There's
if there's
nothing on-
anything.
Yeah,
I
that's-
don't know if we need something there or not.
that's the state, I mean, we can't touch that if we wanted to.
Okay.
We can't even fix the flower bed they have on the corner, I
Yeah.
don't think, without their permission, so.
Okay.
If there are no questions, I'll make a motion to approve as submitted.
Second.
Okay. Call a vote. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Sharma?
Yes.
Ms. Wales?
Yes.
Mr. Katra?
Yes.
Mr. Markovitz?
Yes. Okay. The next thing on the agenda would be the approval of minutes from September 21st meeting. Did anybody see any issues with those minutes?
I didn't.
I didn't either.
I didn't either.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the minutes as submitted for September, what was it, 21st?
I'll second.
Mr. Markovitz?
Yes?
Mr. Sharma?
Yes.
Mr. Katra?
Yes.
Ms. Wales?
Yes.
Okay, and then I'll go ahead and make a motion to excuse John tonight.
I'll second.
Mr. Markovitz?
Yes?
Mr. Sharma?
Yes.
Mr. Katra?
Yes.
Ms. Wales?
Yes.
All righty. Any comments from the board or city council or anything as to anything needed to be discussed between us? No? Somebody want to adjourn?
Not on the record.
Not on the record. Uh-oh. So do we, I'll go ahead and make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay.
All right.
No, I just said, does anybody want to make, I was going to,
Mr. Markovitz?
yes.
Mr. Sharma?
Yes.
Mr. Katra?
Yes.
Ms. Wales?